You want a cute watercolor illustration for your room, but you also want to do it yourself because you're a creative girly and you like to do your own stunts. But watercolor is an absolute nightmare for people like you and me who have never been to art school. So, what do? Come here. I have spent years generating a cheat code for exactly this, for achieving the watercolor effect without having to deal with all the mess. Today the tutorial is going to be about this ramen bowl. I love making food illustrations, so today I'm going to show you how I sketch and paint any kind of food illustrations that I want in the same exact method every single time and achieve this exact beautiful, delicious look for my food illustrations. We're going to learn to sketch from a very simple example so you guys can do it along with me, and I'm so excited to show you this because this is the first cheat code. Let us start the sketching. I first start blocking all the big shapes that I see in my subject. Don't worry about the details because none of this is going to be visible in the final illustration, and do not be afraid to keep making corrections as you go along. You do not even need to use an eraser, you can just keep making changes according to your observation. Now these are my super weapon. These are the Artline Supreme calligraphy pens. I have them in 3mm, 2mm and 1mm, and they make the watercolor game extremely easy. I start with a 3mm pen, but I use it for pretty much the entire sketch because I love it so much and it is really easy to use once you have used it even once or twice actually. Then we go with the 2mm pen for the finer details, but what we are doing here is very easy because we are essentially just tracing over the lines that we have already created. Whichever line seems more perfect to you or more closer to the subject, just trace over it. Now there are some lines like these lines on the bread that you don't want to be as visible, then you do it with the 1mm pen. And I also like to sketch in the shadow areas a little bit because I like those hatches on my illustrations. I have traced over all the lines that I thought were important, and that's exactly what you have to do. It is really simple when you actually do it, and that's about it. Now you don't have to worry about the watercolor because you just have to fill it in like a coloring book without losing the watercolor effect. And you created that coloring book for yourself, and that's our second cheat code. I use a very simple 3-layer method while painting anything. The base layer is the most diluted layer with a lot of water, but I do remove the excess water from the brush and then put it on paper. The second layer is with a lot more pigment and less water, and finally the third layer is the darker shade of the same color. Now we will start with our actual reference, which is the ramen bowl. We will start with the first layer like I explained, and we will start color blocking all the colors that we see in the reference image without really worrying about much and just placing the colors wherever we see them. You can see how I'm using really diluted paint, which allows us to leave room for mistakes. In case we make any mistakes, we can make corrections later, given that the paint is light like this, but this also covers up all the white spaces on our page which intimidate us in the beginning of the painting. Now we are going to start with a smaller brush, and as I said before, for the second layer we are going to use the same colors that we have already placed on paper, but just with a little more pigment where necessary. The tricky part is adding different colors on top of each other because you have to make sure that your previous layer is entirely dry before you do that. But you see how with our technique of sketching, this is fairly easier because you have exact guidelines of where you have to place the color instead of worrying about it when you're painting. Now it's time for the third and final layer, in which we are just adding different shades of the same color on top of each other to create a certain depth and make the color pop. Sometimes you also need to add another color, like I'm adding red on top of the base layer here according to the requirement of the reference, but this is again very easy because our previous layer is already dried and we have proper guidelines for where we have to place the color according to our sketch. Now that we're done with the painting, I'm really excited to share my absolute favorite one, which eliminates a major problem I faced in watercolor as a beginner. Since watercolor is a transparent medium, painting highlights in watercolor illustrations is very difficult because you have to leave white spaces in order to show highlights in watercolor illustration. Because you cannot add lighter colors on darker colors, this is a major drawback and a very difficult skill to master. Here comes in my secret weapon, gouache paint. I always keep a tube or a packet of white gouache paint with my watercolor set to add highlights after I'm done with the painting rather than leaving it before. Since gouache has a very similar texture to watercolor, it won't stand out awkwardly in your painting and it would blend in very naturally, which is my favorite thing. And it has made the entire process so easy, because we all know leaving those highlights is very difficult. But this is the final result that we have achieved from the steps that I have told you. Now, here's the thing, these cheat codes make us forget to practice traditional watercolor techniques, which would be an absolute mistake. So, do not do that. These are techniques you use when you want to create something cute and simple and really quick for your room or for your sketchbook or for your journals or something like that. But these do not replace traditional watercolor techniques. You have to keep practicing them, because at the end we do want to get there. We do want to get to a place where we can make paintings like this easily using traditional techniques. I'd be really happy to see any of you use these cheat codes in your watercolor paintings and posting it on my YouTube community page. I would look at every single one of them, and it would make me really internally happy that these cheat codes helped another amateur artist like me who does not have access to art school or art classes or anything fancy like that. This was really fun and exciting for me, so I'm really grateful for anyone who watched till the end, and I'm really eager to see your results.